Hello and welcome back to another episode of the English Education Lab podcast, the podcast on all things English language learning with your host, Carolina. So, my friends, today we're diving into something that advanced learners like you are often desperate for, but sometimes too shy to ask about. How do I sound more like a native speaker? Or even better, how do I sound more relaxed, fluent, and natural? If you've ever felt like your English is technically correct, but somehow sounds stiff, formal, or like you swallowed your textbook, don't worry, you are not alone. This is normal for advanced learners, and today I'll give you simple and real tips to help you sound more natural. I'll also share some funny stories, practical examples, and at the end, a mini challenge to test your skills. So first, let's start off with the real difference between fluent and natural. So sounding like a native doesn't mean sounding perfect. It means sounding comfortable, relaxed, and natural. In fact, most native speakers make small mistakes, forget words, and use fillers like well and you know all the time. The difference is we don't panic about it. I've seen advanced students who can write a perfect business report but sound like robots when ordering coffee. Why? Because they focus too much on correctness and too little on communication style. And trust me, my friends, style matters. Imagine meeting someone who speaks your language like this. Hello, how are you? I am good. I want to eat food. It is raining. Technically correct. Yes. Do they sound natural? No, not exactly. So how do we fix this? Let's break it down. Let's take a look at connected speech, what I call the glue of native speakers. Connected speech is one of the biggest secrets. In natural speech, words stick together like peanut butter and jelly, which I love, by the way. Native speakers don't say every word separate. We actually connect them. So let's take a look at some examples. The slow version is, what are you doing? Connected version, what you doing? Another one, slow version, I have to go. Connected version, I have to go. And my personal favorite, slow version, did you eat yet? Fast? You eat yet? Yes, native speakers sometimes speak like they're in a hurry to catch a bus. And sometimes we are. This might seem a little lazy or even strange, but it is actually how spoken English works. So don't be afraid to let the words simply flow together. If you want to sound like a native, you'll need to get comfortable breaking the rules just a little. Not in writing, but definitely in speaking. Now let's take a look at intonation and rhythm, what I call the music of English. So English is not a flat language by any means. It's full of ups and downs, just like life. This is called intonation. Take this sentence. I really like it. Say it flat and it sounds like you don't like it at all. I really like it. I really like it. Dead, flat. Now say it with rising intonation on really, like so. I really like it. Now you sound excited, like you just found your new favorite dessert. Same words, completely different feeling. Now, what about rhythm? Imagine English like a song. Some words are strong, others are weak. Native speakers stress content words, as in nouns, verbs, and adjectives, and reduce small words like a, the, or of. Try this sentence. I want to go to the store. If you stress every word equally, it sounds like a robot. I want to go to the store. I want to go to the store. Now say it like this. I want to go to the store. See, it flows better, like English is meant to. Now another thing to take a look at is fillers. Yes, you are allowed to use them, and in fact, you should. Some advanced learners say, but I don't want to use fillers. They're bad, right? No, that's actually not the truth. Native speakers love them, and we use them all the time. It helps us sound more natural and relaxed. The trick is knowing when to use them and not overusing them. So fillers like well, you know, I mean, and like are all absolutely common, and we pepper our everyday spoken English with these fillers. So here's a typical sentence from my daily life. Well, I was going to go out, but it started to rain, so I decided to stay home. If you remove all the fillers, you get, I was going to go out, but it started raining, so I stayed home. It's still English, but now it sounds like you're making an announcement at a train station. Just a tad too formal, too stiff. So fillers give you time to think and make you sound more human because, let's face it, we are human and not a textbook. Again, there's always a time and a place. If you are in a very formal meeting, you might want to cut back on your fillers. But if you're talking with friends, if you're talking with acquaintances, let those fillers flow. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Moving on to some real life examples. So here's a little quick story. I once had an advanced student who actually was fluent, but every time she spoke, she sounded a little bit like she was giving a speech to the United Nations. She would say things like, I'm considering the possibility of visiting the beach if the weather conditions are satisfactory. Now, that's pretty impressive, but her native speaking friends were actually just saying, I might hit the beach if it's nice out. So there's a pretty big difference there, right? After we worked on fillers, connected speech, and everyday phrases, she started sounding way more relaxed. And the best part, she started feeling way more confident. And that's the goal. Not perfect, but real. We want real English. We want to feel comfortable and confident while speaking it. Moving on, let's take a look at some super useful natural phrases that we can use. Instead of saying, I don't know, why not try no clue or beats me? Instead of saying, yes, I agree, why don't we try totally or exactly? Instead of saying, I don't care, why not try whatever or it doesn't bother me? These are just some gems that make English sound natural and friendly. Now, here are some common mistakes we might want to take a look at. I call this overcorrectness. One mistake I see often, advanced learners avoid contractions because they want to be clear. So they say, I do not know, I will not go. And that's okay in formal writing. Actually, in some cases, it's exactly what we need in formal writing. But in conversation, it sounds a little stifled and unnatural. So in spoken English, native speakers almost always use contractions. So I do not know becomes I don't know. I will not go becomes I won't go. Use contractions whenever you speak. I promise it's not just allowed, it's actually expected. And let's have a little mini pronunciation and connected speech challenge for you here. Repeat these sentences after me. Focus on the linking words and sounding natural, like you're chatting with a friend. Ready? Let's go. What you doing later? What you doing later? Number 2. I was gonna call you, but I got busy. I was gonna call you, but I got busy. Number 3. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Number 4. Exactly. Couldn't agree more. Exactly. Couldn't agree more. And number 5. Well, it happens. Well, it happens. You can pause, rewind, and practice as many times as you like. That's the magic of podcasts, right? All right, some final thoughts here. You do not need to sound like a dictionary. You need to sound like you, but in English. Relaxed, confident, and human. So start noticing how native speakers really talk. Listen to podcasts, watch TV, and pay attention to rhythm, intonation, and those little fillers. I promise it will make a huge difference. And hey, if you mess something up sometimes, well, welcome to the club. We all do. So, my friends, thank you so much for listening to the English Education Lab podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a fellow learner, or better yet, try some of these tips in your next conversation and tell me how it went. And of course, if you're looking for an English language course online or some great online English classes, check out English Education Lab. We've got you covered with courses, conversation clubs, and a lot more, minus the boring stuff. Until next time, my friends, keep practicing, keep laughing, and keep learning. Bye for now.